Robinhood has just expanded to international markets, and the UK being its first market outside of the US. So for us, it's about delivering the innovation we've brought to the US across our customer base there to the UK, and margin investing is just another example of that. And we're really excited, bringing a product that perhaps isn't as available to UK customers, something that's traditionally for perhaps a private banking client, or creating kind of a product that's had barriers that we really just want to break down and provide it to the right customer on our Robinhood platform.
Now, this is considered a relatively high risk instrument. So I would like to understand what are the checks really that Robinhood has put in place for the application process to indeed green light some customers to be able to profit from this.
Absolutely, and that's the way we build products, is to make sure that you have the right controls, that it's for the right customer, only the right customer has access to that product. And that's the way we've developed. We have the consumer duty framework, which is a great framework to just how we build our product and how we consider how this fits with our customer segments.
But just highlight for us a little bit in terms of how that process actually works. For instance, do you consider whether the person applying for this actually has enough knowledge to understand all the T's and C's?
That's exactly it. We test their knowledge and their experience. There is also a minimum of $2,000 in their account. This is a regulated product in the US too, so we've also got lots of lessons learned over many years in the US that we can bring across here to the UK.
Very clear. I would also like to understand some of your future plans here in the UK. Thus far, you've only allowed for investments in US listed stocks. Any considerations here in terms of potentially offering other listed stocks to users in the UK?
Yeah, we're just getting started, to be honest. So US stocks offering 24/5 trading, removing FX fees on US stocks as well, which is something we heard from customers here in the UK, struggling with barriers in terms of time zones, paying high fees on incumbent brokerages. So what we're going to continue to do is bring our innovation from the US, and we continue to hear that from customers, but also local products. So things like UK stocks and ISA, tax wrapper, are things we're hearing from our customers loud and clear, and that's on us to deliver both that innovation and that localization.
Give us timings here. When are you aiming to offer UK listed stocks?
I can't give you an exact time, but you know what, we're listening to our customers, and that's the best way to build a product and guide your expansion, is always talk to them, always hear from them what's important. And the UK customer is by nature quite global in their portfolio relative to a US customer, which is very US focused. Your UK customer probably has a portfolio made up of US stocks, UK stocks, they have European exposure. So for us, it's about ultimately being that one place for their investing needs. So we haven't done it yet today, but it's certainly on our roadmap and something we want to do to meet our customers' needs.
In the near future, are we talking months or years?
I'm not going to give you an exact time, but you know what?
I have to try.
To stay competitive and meet your customers' needs, you have to move fast. And at Robinhood, we've always had an emphasis on product velocity, and that's how we approach it here too.
Tell us also about, you just highlighted potentially having also ISAs offering on Robinhood. Just explain to us, why are you also considering this kind of instrument when, to be fair, when you think about what's on offer here in the UK, there's quite a lot already.
There is quite a lot, but what we heard from customers is that their needs aren't being met. They either have an incumbent brokerage which charges £11.95 plus a 1% FX fee just to get started investing, or some other commission-free brokers that are somewhat commission-free in inverted commas because they charge high fees for FX. Some of the basic research tools are behind paywalls. So what we heard from customers is they don't actually have a platform that's really meeting their needs. So for us, it's about coming in, delivering the innovation from the US. Retirement is a perfect example of what we delivered across the US in a very short order. We've had great traction with customers. And when we look at the UK, we say, well, the tax wrapper is a great product, but how do we take what we've learned, how do we deliver it in a Robinhood way and really shake things up?
So I would like to understand, you've been in the UK now since March. What I would like to understand really is, what are the main differences between what you're seeing in terms of your customers in the United States and here in the UK? You've highlighted how UK users tend to have a more international approach to their portfolio. What else? What other differences have you picked up on?
Yeah, we've had a great start. I mean, 6 months since March, and we really have been happy about what our customers are saying about our product. 24/5 trading is something we wanted to bring to the UK. That innovation of considering the market hours and how we think about it. And the news you report on, right? It's a UK customer almost has to set their alarm for the earnings call in the evening but then the market's closed for them and they need to wait to the next day. That's something we've heard from customers is great. They can really act on news, stay part of the markets across 24/5, which really is an innovation that we think can change the way some of the UK investors think about investing. You know, there is a gap in confidence and participation in the UK relative to the US. But we see that as an opportunity, and I think you can deliver that both through a great platform, but also through education.
So just to clarify, lack of confidence here in the UK?
Relative in participation from investor, yes. I think the UK investor perhaps doesn't culturally speak about investing just as much as the US investor, but we see that as an opportunity. You can bridge that through education, through learning materials. I think we can make that change in a relatively short time.
And can you give us any sort of color on whether you're expecting to actually post profits in the UK presence, since you've just been here for 6 months, but are you on track to see profit for your first year here in the UK?
In a long-term profitable business is exactly our target.
Okay.
We've delivered that in the US. We've demonstrated we have diversified revenue streams, we've had profitable quarters, and the way we build our UK business is no different.